What if I told you the reason why you're missing and the reason why you're inaccurate with a pistol is not controlling the pistol? A lot of people go to the range and have a problem with muzzle flip or recoil management. And these are real challenges, especially for people with smaller hands, some of the seniors, the women, younger children. And it's really putting leverage on the pistol. We're going to shoot this drill today to kind of show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to try to show you no control, and I'm going to show you control. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to control your weapon. Let's start with the rubber gun today, because I like to show you at the camera, and I hate pointing a real weapon at the camera. So this is a rubber gun, doesn't rack, doesn't do anything. But I want to start right off the bat is getting a proper grip. Now, you really think about this, about being the foundation of shooting. So we want to bring our hand all the way up, as tight as we can on the tang, kind of bring our finger off the trigger, and get that high press, just like that. What you don't want is any kind of gapping, because that's going to allow that weapon to move on you. So when I get a high press. Now here's where the challenge for most students is they don't know what to do with this hand. Well, we've made a puzzle piece right there, and our hands are going to fit right in that puzzle piece, just like that. This thumb on top of this thumb, and lock your hand in it like that. The more you have that grip there, guys, the less likely you're going to get muzzle flip. Once we've got that there, we want to make sure that we're getting a good grip. Now, a lot of times if we over torque with our dominant hand, doesn't matter if you're right-handed or left-handed, we got to control it. So we want to have about 40% grip on this hand and 60% grip on this hand. And as I drive this out, I'm going to use my chest muscles to control the weapon. I'm going to drive my chest muscles and push it out right out in front of 360-degree fat around the gun, which allows us to control. Here's the challenge of tucking a thumb. When you tuck your thumb, then try to put your other hand on top of it, you're wedging this thumb against the gun, which is causing the weapon to roll off in a distance here, and you're blocking your control hand from actually touching the firearm. We want the firearm, a hand, to touch right there and allow us to control the weapon. Why control is so important for us? Because it allows us to keep the weapon level. Not only can you do this when you are shooting both hands, but you do the same exact thing shooting with one hand, and you drive it out. You cant it just a little bit, allow you to see the sights before allow you to cut it. Shooting either hand, your dominant hand or your non-dominant hand, we still need to drive. And the more you drive with your chest to control it, the better you're going to be. Why do we need to control the weapon? Because we have this horizontal line that the weapon needs to stay on or above, and that's right at our line of sight here. And any time the weapon is below your line of sight, the impact of the bullet is going to be low. So when we put the weapon out in front of us, we need to make sure we turn it our waist to get the gun in the line of sight. And the more we do that, the better you're going to be with a pistol. I put this target up for us today because we've got a couple cameras running, and I'm going to try to show you some control of the weapon one-handed and two-handed to kind of show you the control comes from you driving with your chest muscles. Ladies, if you're doing this drill, it's more of a push and a pull. So we teach all the ladies to drive your hand out in front of you take your non-dominant hand and pull back. If you push out and pull back, I'm pushing out this way and pulling back this way. At that point in time, I'm using my back muscles, which is right here. And that allows me to control the weapon and keep that weapon from muzzle flipping. If you watch a lot of women who shoot, they're sort of intimidated by the recoil. There's a lot of seniors are intimidated by the recoil, or they've shot a pistol in the past and say, I don't like 9mm, it kicks too much. 9mm does not kick as long as you control it. And how do we control it? Chest or back. Now, once you've got both of those done, guys, we need to get that stance the way we need it. So feet shoulder width apart, bouncing on our knees, and leaning forward to get that nose over the toes. That'll suck up some of the recoil as well. So I'm going to adjust a couple of cameras here to get the target and to get you over my shoulder, if that makes sense. And we'll see how this goes. I'll do some cameras around. Let me go ahead and put this target out. Got it out at 3 yards for us. We're going to work on just running the gun slow to get the first impacts. And then I'm going to show you the drive method and control method to allow us to control the weapon. I'm going to do a series. I'm going to do 5 shots with both hands, 5 shots one-handed, my dominant hand. Then I'm going to do 5 shots, my non-dominant hand. I have that target there. If you want one of these targets, just comment below target. This is our modified base drill, and it gives us our box down below, the 6 o'clock hold, and we're going to concentrate on putting the rounds in this circle here. Okay, let's put my muffs on and let's go. All right, so what we're doing here is we're focusing on just a smooth trigger pull, loading 5 rounds at a time. This will make you more accurate. We want to concentrate on a smooth, consistent trigger engagement. 5 shots. By the way, shooting a Smith & Wesson equalizer today. Got it out in front of me. Going to push it out. Find your sight system and just cut the shots. All right, there's 5. Now we're going to try to do it one-handed. My dominant hand first. Now there's a sequence of doing this. We want to try to cant the weapon a little bit. I'll show you that with the rubber gun real quick. So what we're looking to do is take the weapon out. Make sure if you're shooting one-handed that your hand is on your chest. Then turn the weapon sideways just a little bit with help with recoil management. So go ahead and do that again. Hand on the chest. Bring it out. Right there are 5 shots one-handed. Now the challenging hand is the left hand. And we're going to try to cut 5 shots on that side. This is a great drill that you need to work on. If you ask why, sooner or later, you're going to be in a situation where you may not have your dominant hand to win the fight. So you need to make sure that your non-dominant hand can do what you need to do. Now, a lot of people say, well, do I close an eye or do I keep both eyes open? I shoot with both eyes open. But in this scenario, I may squint my right eye just a little bit and use my left eye to work through this weapon. It's going to be a lot easier for me to do that because my dominant eye wants to take over. So let's do this again. Rack your slide. Work the gun out in front of you. My hand's going to be on my chest. I'm going to bring it out in front of us again. See how much less control I have because I'm not driving properly. I want to drive that weapon as best we can. Now, that is the target that we did there. That kind of gives you an idea. This is a great drill for you to do. You shoot the pistol with both hands. You shoot the pistol right-handed. You shoot the pistol left-handed. This is a good drill for most students to try to conquer. The hard one is always the left hand. Have you never practiced with your left hand, it helps out tremendously, or your non-dominant hand, I should say, because some people are going to watch this are left-handed, so it'd be your right hand. Practice enough that you're able to control the weapon. Another thing, guys, if you got in a situation where you couldn't load your magazines, that's going to be something you need to practice too. You stick it in your left hand. Now racking the slide is going to be hard to do, but your back of your sights here, you can put this on something flat, like this edge of this target, and rack it with one hand, just like that. And all I did is push a piece of metal against this right here, or a hard surface on there, and I was able to close the side. Then I'm going to put it back out in front of me, make sure my dominant hand is off my chest, or on my chest, I should say. Look out in front of me. Kind of cut your shot. Hard for me to control the weapon. I don't do it very often, but when I do it. Now, check this out. I have the weapon at slide lock. You right-handers, how do you get your magazine out of there? You could take this finger right here. Press that button right there. And that mag will come out. You left-handers, that's how you get a magazine out of the weapon. By using this finger here and pressing the trigger. Guys, I would say that was a success this morning. It's early. If you haven't tried to shoot with your, driving the weapon, control and recoil management, and shooting with both hands, or your non-dominant hand and your dominant hand, and shoot one-handed, this is a great thing to do at the range to work on your fundamentals, work on your grip, driving the weapon the best you can, and can control it. Not bad today. Guys, as a firearm instructor who specializes in you, we do a lot of ebooks, and I want to give you one of these ebooks for free. All you have to do is put one of the ebooks in the description below in the card and put free book at checkout, and it's yours for free. What are those books about? They're about grip and stance and trigger control and sight picture and sight alignment. Everything a new or a seasoned shooter needs. They're easy to read. They're very, very tied right to that section. They don't go off in different directions. But the one about trigger is all about trigger. The one about grip is all about grip. You got to understand you need all the foundation to control a weapon. Want one of those books for free? Just put free book at checkout and it's yours. Now those books are on sale for $2.99. Regularly retail $3.99. If you want to put a couple more in the cart, it would not hurt my feelings at all. And you'd be supporting a family-owned business. This target is available by just commenting target down below. I have a webinar coming up for you guys that don't live in Florida, which is why you don't have your Florida non-resident concealed. It's a free webinar. It gives you why the Florida conceal is so important. Did you know when you have your Florida permit, you as a non-resident will be able to carry in 30 states? Economically, it's very inexpensive. Our class is $74.99. and the state only charges $97, and that's good for 7 years. Everything can be done online. All you need to do is come to the webinar, listen to how to do it, which is pretty, like 8-10 steps, not real hard. We do them all the time right now, but I want to put it out to the masses. So this webinar helps me educate you guys why it's so important to have it. With what's going on with Trump and him chasing all the illegal aliens, our safety's paramount right now. They came here for the money. They ain't going home without some. So just remember that. When's the last time you shot with your non-dominant hand? Give this drill a try. I think you'll like it. Until next time, God bless, be safe, and remember, you are your first line defense.